CNN is reporting tonight that, quote, very likely, the Republicans will take control of the United States House of Representatives with up to 50 seats. That means that you will be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives.
It's a little bit of an unusual feeling. We're not ready to claim that yet. We want to see some votes out of the West Coast and get a better sense of what's going to happen in Washington State and California. But certainly the trend lines up to right now look like we're clearly going to have a majority. And Bernie, we've talked many times over the years. I can tell you, it is a very sobering and I think a very humbling experience to recognize the potential responsibility for the first time in 40 years to serve as Speaker of the House from a Republican side, and to recognize that it's Speaker of the House, not Speaker of the Republican Party.
You said some very tart things about the Democrats in the run-up to this election night, indications that if you got into control, you would go after the Clintons, you'd go after the White House, the president, you'd order hearings. How much was bluster and how much was intent?
Well, let me say, first of all, I think that Jim Leach and Bill Klinger, who will be the chairman of the Banking Committee and the Government Operations Committee, will have to make decisions about those things, and they should do what they think is ethically and technically correct for the Congress to do. I don't think there should be any sense of either going off on witch hunts, nor should there be any sense of covering anything up. They've got to do the right thing, and as they see it, and they're both honorable men with, I think, impeccable reputations. I think the deeper question is, we have a contract with America. We had 330 candidates sign the contract. We put it in TV Guide as a full-page ad. We told the American people to tear it out, put it on the refrigerator door, and then if we got to be a majority, tune in on January 4th on C-SPAN and watch us keep our word. And the fact is, Bernie, that our first obligation as a party in the House is going to be to actually honor the contract. If the American people have accepted it, and your numbers indicate they will have, then we have an obligation to keep our word. That in itself will be a revolutionary experience for the country to watch a party actually do in detail what it said it would do before the election.
A lot of people are wondering, since you will be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives, if all indications hold up, are you going to moderate your rhetoric in the interest of bipartisanship?
Oh, I think, that when you're a backbencher or you're the minority whip, you have a style that reflects one level of responsibility, and if you become Speaker of the House and you are given the honor of serving the country in that position, and I'd be the first Georgian to do so in 103 years, you really, I think, have an obligation to think through how do you best represent the House and how do you best represent serving the American people on behalf of your colleagues. And I think, clearly, Newt Gingrich or frankly anybody else would have to look at that as a very serious and solemn obligation. And I would certainly hope that I could grow into it, and I don't think that Newt Gingrich, Republican whip, is the same behavior pattern in terms of style and speeches and aggressiveness that you'd want to have in the Speaker of the House.
Was that a yes or a no?
I think it's a yes. I mean, maybe I'm too much of a history teacher, but I think it's a yes.
Okay, thank you, Newt Gingrich.
Thanks.
In suburban Atlanta. You're welcome. Judy.
Well, Bernie, while you've been talking to Newt Gingrich, CNN is coming up with some numbers that indicate that it is now very likely that the Republicans will pick up control of the Senate because they have picked up an additional Senate seat from the Democrats. Rick Santorum, we are calling him the winner, defeating the incumbent Democratic senator in Pennsylvania, Harris Wofford.
Only the second incumbent senator to go down to defeat Harris Wofford. This is a very symbolic victory because Wofford's victory in a special election in 1991 presaged Clinton's election, and now Wofford appears